Can we talk for a minute? Come on and talk to me, baby. I said, I wanna know, I wanna know. I wanna know your name. That's dark. That's dark as hell. Hey, welcome to Girl, I'm Just Saying. It's your girl, Gina Janelle, with another episode to the next episode. I don't know why I have all these random songs in my head today. But if you're tuning in on the podcast, welcome. If you're here on YouTube, again, welcome. I'm sorry my lips, like on YouTube, y'all can see that we got to do something about this lip gloss. This lip gloss is giving very much dark. It was giving dark. Like, if you've been watching me on YouTube for the past couple of episodes, this is like episode 3. You know, I give color. Like, I give a lot of color. So that was not given with the orange hair. It was a very dark chocolate lip. It's fall and everything, but damn. Anywho, I just want to talk to y'all for a minute. You know, come on and talk to me, baby. I know in my heart of hearts, I can sing. Ain't nobody gonna be able to tell me that I can't sing. I had a friend talking about stay above the don't wait a minute. When I say he chopped me down so hard, talking about stay on top of your note, like I wasn't trying to. I was giving something. I was funking it up. Like I was giving a little je ne sais quoi. Like I was giving it so. But he fucked me up for like a week off of that. Every time I tried to went to sing, that's all I heard was stay on top of your key. And I'm like, well, damn. I'm thinking I'm out here giving young Whitney, I want to dance with somebody. Whole time you telling me I'm giving Ashanti in real live color. Live performance. Cool. At least you honest, you know. You got to love them honest friends. You got to love them people that's honest. But anyway, how are you all? I'm trying to be more cordial, more nice, you know. See how y'all doing. Check in. How y'all doing? I'm doing splendiferous. I don't know where I got that word, but I know it's a word because it got to be something like on a Disney Channel because, you know, I'm a bit animated. However, I am doing great. And today, I want to talk about some things. I know my very first episode I put here on YouTube, and a couple episodes ago, like I told you I took a hiatus and everything was going on. And in that hiatus, so much stuff happened. Like this last 3 months was giving a whole 12. July, August, September, baby October, a little bit October. We was in some retrogrades and shit. And I felt them. I for sure felt all those retrogrades. Whether you believe in it or not, I'm not for it. I don't care. I care less. However, that being said, I was going through so much. I even was going through stuff like in my romantic life. And it's been weighing on me heavy. Like, it's definitely been weighing on me heavy about things like love. Like, I'm a certified lover girl for sure. And I guess that's why I like that album so much because I get it. I got the whole transitions. I got everything. And I tell people all the time, like, Future's just a certified lover boy. Like, he just ain't been loved properly. You know, that's my toxic mindset. Don't mind it. These are not facts. This is my own random imagination. In a perfect world, I was like, he's just not loved. But he definitely was doing some fuck shit. But I'm in the last couple of weeks, I've been battling with like, damn, I just don't even want to be like, I hate her. She was getting on my nerves. Why she loves so much? Like, she is just, have you ever just wanted to like tell, girl, if you don't get your mind right. Get your mind right. Girl, let me talk to you. And I'm out here trying to love and love on the person that I love. Because, you know, we tend to do these things where, okay, I'm not going to gaslight myself. I've been gaslighted enough in this situation. I'm not crazy. So I'm going to just give y'all story time today. And because I'm going to tell my truth. What I've also decided is that, don't screw me over because I'm telling y'all snitches get, I'm a snitch. I'm telling. Because if you didn't do me wrong, I wouldn't have nothing to tell, right? right? So, chill. And then I'm pissed because you ruined my whole hot girl summer. I was definitely supposed to have a hot girl summer, and you're part of the reason why I don't have a hot girl summer. I ain't gonna use no names. I'm gonna change the name a little bit. Don't give a damn what happens. But so, let's get right into it. Being in the height of summer, I met a guy last year. And I didn't think nothing of it. Asked for my connects, my IG and stuff. Never gave what it gave. Gave what it gave. He hit me. I shot my shot. This is why you'll never see me doing this again. Like, me and be like, shoot your shot. Abso-fucking-lutely not. Abso-fucking-lutely not. Never. We're not doing that. So, y'all gonna have to try to find me, because I've also deleted a lot of my social media. So you gonna have to really try. This is how I know a motherfucker want me. You gonna have to email me. Now we going to emails. You're gonna be on some Big and Carrie type stuff. You're gonna have to email me a couple of love letters. So we just had all this up and down. And I knew where it was stemming from. This is kind of why I gave it so much grace. And it wasn't necessarily me being stupid, because I know my friends were like, girl, you just stupid. Especially the one. She was, like I said in one of the episodes, like, stop telling your friends, because at that point it's like, I'm tired of hearing it, sis. But it was just so much back and forth, up and down. And essentially in this whole process, he would ghost me every couple of weeks, like, would just get real mean. And I'm like, it's given you got another girl. Like, something ain't adding up. I don't know if it's, that was my last conclusion before this last one. Like, you got somebody you must be interested in, because it's just not, it don't make sense. Leave me alone though. So I blocked him I blocked him this third time and called him a dick. So when somebody blocks you and call you a dick, I don't think they're trying to be your friend. So dude knew he was blocked. Knew full whole hell well he was blocked, because he called me from his business phone to tell him about, you left your headphones over. Fuck you and them headphones. They've been over there for a week now. So screw you and those headphones. That's your way of trying to, like, fill me out. And I can't stand a man who just won't stand up and just admit. So, like, I know any guy that I'm going to be with from now on, I always say, take a lesson. Take a lesson in the blessing, in the mess. It's either blessing or mess. Take what you can. And sometimes you got to take a lesson. I know for facts now that the guy I want to be with has to be able to be vulnerable to tell me, like, up front, stand up, I want you, I messed up, I did this, because I want a human, essentially. I'm trying to have this human experience with a human, and if you're just going to give me robot or lack of accountability, lack of emotional intelligence, lack of anything, vulnerability, what are we doing? We're not doing nothing here. We're not doing. So I kind of knew he was going through stuff, so I gave him grace. But at what point, again, I choose me, I choose better. I'm not giving you bull. Everyone's going through stuff. You don't know half of the stuff I'm going through, because I have empathy enough for you to know you can't sometimes handle it. And that was another lesson for me. Knowing that this guy probably more than likely wasn't for me, because he can't even handle, I can't even tell him what I'm going through. He always would say some crazy stuff. For real. Essentially, like, looking back, he would say some wild stuff. But he would say, like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to. You don't want to hear what? What do you mean you don't want to hear? You don't want to hear nothing. Like, okay. So, I blocked him essentially. Something tapped me on my shoulder and was like, unblock him. This was like after like 6 whole weeks of not talking to this guy, not thinking about this guy, throwing myself into my work, because I had a lot going on mentally. And I unblocked him. And ironically, he texted me like 2 days after I blocked him. So I love you. I'm not going to tell y'all my government name. You're going to have to know if you know. But he got me by my government name. But tell me I love you. And I'm like, okay, well, hit me up after October 6th, because if you really feel like that, because, if it was Mercury retrograde, them past will come back. So he was still like, all right, I just don't understand why you think love will die. I just want to tell you I love you because my mom passed. Like, oh, okay. So now I know what you're doing. You're trying to take my temp, and you're trying to really, you coming in emotionally hot. Like, you really try to come, you playing ball. Like, you're coming to mess with me emotionally. Cause, okay, I don't want to sound like an asshole. However, Okay? I'm sorry to hear about her transitioning. I hope you heal from it. But don't do that. That's some ignorant stuff to try to use your mom's death to try to slide back in on a girl that you done so wrong just to get their attention again. Like, and you don't have no long story, like, just to skip to the end and then come back. He didn't want shit from me. He didn't want nothing from me. So you've got to be some type of something to use your mother's death to slide back in to use a person for nothing. I wanted to tell you that you are appreciated, and my mom passed and it made me think about single mothers and how you should appreciate them. And I'm thinking whole time, but you wasted this single parent's time countless times. You've wasted my time. First of all, you wasted my high girl summer. Sugar, my birthday's in the summer. You wasted so much of my time. But yeah, you want to tell me how valuable I am as a single mother? Kill it. You're vulnerable. You don't have the capacity to care about your feelings than a rock. You got the emotional capacity of a rock, for real. Like, and if you don't, that's all you've shown me. You're bad. First impressions are up to you, not me. But it goes on. Then he texts me. We got talking about like love don't die. He was talking about you just what did he say? You basically refurbish love, like it's a goddamn couch or something. You basically refurbish love. And I said, so why aren't you refurbishing your love for me? Because you clearly don't want nothing to do with me. This is our third time at this. Like, fourth. I think he was at the fourth. Oh my God. In the summer's time, like, oh my gosh. Like, you don't take me seriously. And if you are and you're afraid of me, regardless, like, you're a grown adult. Like, we're in our 30s. This is ghetto. So, refurbish my love at this point. So, a week or so go by. I talked to him and asked him how he's doing, how's his day going. He's talking about he's getting ready for work. So when somebody tells you they're getting for work, you usually ask the questions that mean getting ready for work. Have you packed your lunch? I'm just making conversation. I asked him, like, have you gotten dressed? Yes, but don't be popping up over here. Hold your horses. I'm at Target. I'm not popping up on you. Like, why are you this way? I'm just trying to get up and say what I want and say what I mean. And okay, but what does that have to do with the fact that you're accusing me of doing something I was going to do? You didn't invite me to your house. I popped up on him one time at the movies because I was so sure. I'm going to just be so transparent. I was so sure of this guy. And that's saying it's a lot for me because I'm not sure. I'm not like this with a lot of guys. Like, especially the shit I went through the year previous, honey, men were at the bottom of the list. I got so tired of men that I went and got a booty in the gym. I was in the gym like that. I got a butt on, but still. I was so like, hell no when it came to men that when I met him, I'm like, okay. And I even went back and was saying like, oh, something's given with this one. Long story. Bamboozled. But the devil is a busy ass mother. But anyway, I was so sure of him, but he hit me with so much craziness. And so I popped up on him when he got mad and like blocked me with the quickness. Like, I went to go get Starbucks. He blocked me and like said I didn't even hurt his feelings. He called me ghetto. And all this time, this dude has really been a dick at the end of the day. He was a dick. And I was really trying to like gauge his feelings and like really be there for him because I understand. I said I'm a nurse and I get grief and I've seen the stages of grief. I've been cussed out by family members about things I had no control over, nothing to do. And it really just stems from anger. And so I've grown accustomed to that. I've been in the healthcare field for 12 years now. Damn! 12 years now. But it gets old. And I actually had asked him, like, so what's the plan? And that's why he blocked me, because I asked him, like, what's the plan? What's the plan for mental health? What we going to do here? Are you going to, like, go through this and go through these emotions of grief? I get it. It's your mother. I get it. But we got to have an outcome. We got to have a plan. Like, you can feel the moment, stay in the moment, but there's a future that comes with that, and you're attaching me to your future. I didn't attach myself, y'all. He attached me. He blocked me, got mad at me, didn't hear from him. I popped up at the movies. I had never done that again. I'm never going to do it again. Things that I did, I'm never doing it again. I'm never popping up on a guy. Never did that. Not even my last relationship. Not in none of my relationships. I'm not popping up on no damn body no more. Shoot my shot. Ain't doing it no more. I don't give a damn. I ain't doing this. So he's back and he's like attacking me again. I'm like, oh, you back on this? Like, I never said I was coming to your house. Like, you just be popping up. I said, ever since you asked me not to pop up, I've never popped up again. Like, it's embarrassing. Basically, I told him, like, dealing with you is embarrassing, which it is, because you're not giving me much to work with, but bullshit. Like, you're embarrassing because you're so, you have the emotional capacity of a rock. You're always right, but hella wrong, super wrong. He's a know-it-all. Oh, a know-it-all. And I actually had told him, like, I usually just listen to you. I don't give him, like, I'm very soft with him. I'm very, like, listening. I'm very nurturing. And I don't usually correct him. I just let him think what he's going to think. And, like, it feels like he's educating me. It makes him feel good. I don't know. Like, that was my bad because I probably should have corrected him 1,000 different times. But, you know, I don't care to know it all. I don't care to know what I know. You can't shake what I know for sure. That's why I also, anyway, getting ahead of myself. So he tells me I belittle him. Mind you, I never told him all of these things, how I felt. He's told me I smell like cabbage. He told me his friends called me tennis ball head. He said all this shit. And this is even before he's come back. After being blocked, knowing you've been blocked, and still, like, you've been texting a number, hoping something land, and it just happened to land. Because you'll just randomly text a number that you know for facts you're blocked on out of nowhere without you've been trying before. So you say all these things to say what? Like, what do you want? I smell like cabbage, which no, baby, I don't. Very much this season right now, I'm very much giving Killian Love Don't Be Cruel. Goddamn, don't play with me. She gives as much as she looks. Anyway, he would say all this stuff, and I just kind of was just like brush on the rug, because one thing you're not gonna do is change who I am. Like, I was bullied as a child. I've grown past that. Like, you can't tell me something about myself that I don't know for certain. Like, I know who I am. I know what I give. I know you can't really hurt my feelings in that way. So you do all this to do what? He says I belittle him. I pop up on him. All this stuff, and I said, well, I got to ask this question. If I'm all these horrible things, and I've exited your life, because the last encounter we had, I blocked myself, I blocked you, and I walked away and told you I was done. If the trash took itself out, who goes back into the trash can unless there's something valuable in it? I'm just saying, make it make sense. So clearly, if I'm all that, I was like, okay. He was like, you won't have to hear from me again. All right, well, hope we got some clarity out of this. Okay, like, bye. A week later, here you come, text, talking, because I told him, like, you're gonna have to stand up and tell me exactly what you want. I'm not about to invite myself over. I'm not about to do all this. You're gonna have to. Y'all, I messed up though. Let me get to how I messed up. I take accountability in my life. He texted me, asked me if he could see me or whatever a week later, and I was like, okay, because I'm still a nice person. I'm really a nice girl. Until you piss me off, and I tell people there's a side of me you really don't want to see, which I think all of us kind of have. Some people really just live in that side. I live there when I gotta go there. I go and visit. It's my summer home, if that makes any sense. But everything was going good. He asked to see me. I come over. He want a hug. Want to keep talking about this significant thing or whatever that happened in our past. I love you. All this shit. So I'm like, okay, everything's going good again. Here we go. And I was telling my friends, like, they was like, oh, I think he raped this time. No. I knew in my heart of hearts, no. Like, it's cute now, but watch. The moment we don't agree necessarily on something, he has a problem. Like, I don't know. I'm not a therapist. I'm not even about to pretend to be. The thing is, I know what I see in front of me, too. I'm intelligent enough to know what I see in front of me. And I've said this to a couple people before, like, no, he needs a guy, different guys that have tried to talk to me, like, no, you need a girl that you're smarter than. And honestly, a lot of men are egotistical and they need a woman that they're smarter than. And that's just fine. I'm not about to water myself down, because I've had that theory. A lot of men and a lot of women who have settled into marriage, the woman usually waters themselves down in some way to make that man make themselves more palatable to that man. Baby, I'm not doing that. I don't give a damn. Don't eat at this restaurant. We're not changing the menu over here. Because I'm the whole damn restaurant for show. And we're not changing the menu for your palate. Carry your ass on down the street to McDonald's or Rally's or something. Because we ain't doing it over here. This is 5-star. This is definitely giving bougie. We got caviar on the menu. This is luxury. Everybody ain't gonna be able to eat here. Everybody can't afford here. I've said this metaphor to my cousin's husband. I was like, first of all, everybody want Louis Vuitton. Everybody want Hermes. Everybody want all these luxury brands. Everybody want Telfar. Everybody want these luxury brands. However, everybody can't just walk up in here. You could walk up in here. You could try. But you get to that register and your card decline. You ain't gonna get it. Everybody can window shop. You can look at me, but baby, I know what I am. Oh, this is a diamond for sure. You can go get knockoff. The facts still remain. This is luxury. This is top notch. And I'm not watering myself down for your budget. Sorry. So we basically got into a whole conversation like a week after we kind of reconnected. I started spending the night over his house, started spending time with him again. He's low-key like, there's been a little change. He was trying to like clean up and stuff, because I think he knew in his heart of hearts he was some bullshit. But it was given more affection, because he also was just like I don't know what it was about this guy that I was just really like, I wasn't necessarily like watering myself down, but I was very soft, and I really liked him. I loved him. I definitely loved this guy. So I understood and was very comfortable and very understanding. I was very understanding of this guy. And I would ask, like, can we just release serotonin? Because I knew he needed this. Like, he was essentially depressed or whatever. And no. And then, anyway. But he was more affectionate. Way more affectionate. He was affectionate, but he was way more affectionate this time. So I'm like, oh, maybe he has changed a little bit. Okay. No, we got into a whole different debate about spirituality. And I've never been quiet about who I am. Like, you meet me, I'm very transparent. I'm very open about who I am, what I believe in, and what I don't. I'm not an atheist. I don't really align to any religion at all. However, do I believe there's a God? Heck yeah. To know me is to know I know there's a God. If I don't look like nothing I've been through, and that's only because of the grace and the power of Almighty God. So why would you think I don't? The facts are the facts. So I think if I had to give it a affiliation, it's love and morale and a moral code. I don't affiliate with a religion because I find there's fault in religions when there's no moral code. There's no allegiance spiritually. You align physically, but you don't align spiritually. You say you have the faith, and yet you don't. And I actually put this into a metaphor for him, and I said, some people are boats in the ocean, and some people are buoys in the ocean. A buoy is grounded. As much as the waves might triumph on the bad days, it still just rides the wave. A boat will capsize. It looks like it will float. It looks like it can stand a storm, but it will capsize when the right storm comes. A buoy will ride the wave. And that's just how I affiliate myself. I'm unwavered. So what everyone else believes in does never bother me. He tried to explain it. It's like, we just don't have the same spiritual affiliation. That's fine. We do. Anyway, I don't even care. So he tried to say like it was an attack on me, like I don't have a spiritual allegiance to God. Never said that. I just said You say you're a Christian. That's fine. You being Christian does nothing for me. Like, it does nothing for me. It doesn't change who I am. Again, and I got to talking in this conversation, and I was like, he was basically trying to convince some girl. I guess she was a pastor's kid, and she's now like trying to lean into spirituality, that whole spirituality we see with the stones and the whole image change. And I had to tell him, I was trying to explain to him, a lot of people that you see like that who are leaving one identity in religion and their spiritual affiliation to another one has this point, this area of gray that's almost like identity shift. And they have a I can't think of the word. Basically, like they're trying to figure out that they have identity crisis. It's almost like an identity crisis. And that's not saying, like, it's all a journey. So I let people be, but to have faith unwavered in God, you know what that looks like. And it does nothing for you. Like, you let people be led, because his strength is so strong that I don't have to go out here and try to berate people with the word. And that's what he was essentially doing. And I said, you can't convince this girl who's probably had been in church and heard the Bible and can quote the Bible front, life, back, and center better than you, because she's a pastor's kid. That's her whole life was. That was her identity. You literally identify her as a former pastor's kid. So you saying it, she don't even know you. If her own father, her own mother, her own family can't keep her in a religion she don't want to be in, where do you think you about to come in at? Not to mention, you're not leading with love. Leading with love is loving a person for where they're at. Hence what I was doing with him. I ain't gonna put myself. Here's what I was doing with him. I was loving for him for where he was at. Like, I met him and he was in his devastating time. Granted, he didn't tell me about this devastating time until we was like into it, and he asked me to be his girlfriend and everything. But essentially, I chose, can I be there for this person? I can't. I'm emotionally intelligent enough, and I've been there. I can get it. But he kept, I don't know. But I was trying to explain to him, Jesus wasn't a preacher. He was a carpenter. You don't know what you're talking about. Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't he not a carpenter? And I said, he didn't go and try to convince Mary Magdalene what she was doing in life was wrong. He didn't go to them. He didn't go to these different places and try to push the word. He's literally the Son of God, like the closest thing on this earth to God. He didn't try to convince him. I feel like I'm over here to turn this into church. He didn't try to convince them people. He attracted these people and persuaded these people and showed God's grace through his actions. He led with love. He was unwavered by those around him telling him he's wrong. He don't know what he's talking about. But what he knew, you couldn't shake. And that's why I was trying to explain to him, like, what I know for facts, you can't shake. Like, I felt his mercy. I felt his grace. I felt what he does and how he moves. So what you tell me that I am is what you think I am. I know who I am. Who I am and whose I am. I know. Oh, I love that. Yvonne Orgy, she said that. But I know who I am. So, like, that's why it never bothered me. And I'm like, I'm just telling you, you probably ain't gonna convince her, because you have to lead with love. Like, it's all in love. Like, how we don't know that's the basis for all of it. Humanity is love. I don't know, but like, I don't care what you believe in. Like, I know you believe in God. How you get to him is how you get to him. Like, I've told him before, like I said, with this conversation, I said, honey, I'm not in a polygamous relationship with God. My relationship is, we here. I don't share. I don't got checking in with you and see how you feeling. So this ain't a 3-way. This ain't a 4-way. It's me and him. It's me and him. And you have that same different relationship with them. That's your relationship. I don't have nothing to do with your relationship. This isn't a shared relationship. That's me and him. I don't know what you want me to do. Even with Jesus, I don't know. Like, I don't know what y'all want me to say, but like, what you go through with and what journeys he sends you on have nothing to do with my journey. Period. Nothing. Mind your business. Do what you supposed to do and mind your business. If it's supposed to be, it will be. Mind your business. So essentially, that got him up in a tizzy. And I only asked him a couple days later because of the way he was acting. I said, do you think I'm wife material? He said, oh, for sure. Asked me if I think I'm girlfriend material, because what he was given was given. He's about to act stupid. So I had to ask these questions because one thing about me, I might be stupid for a moment, but I ain't stupid for a lifetime. You ain't about to have me out here 6 years, dumb. Ask them questions. I ask and get your answers and cry in your car in the background. Go cry down the street. Get your answers. It might hurt because you got to leave something that you love, but choose you. Choose better. It might hurt. You might have to let go. The art of detachment is knowing to let go. And if it's meant to be, it will come back to you. I'm not saying it ain't gonna hurt. I'm not saying you ain't gonna cry. I'm definitely gonna cry. I cried. This time I cried. But and be human enough and be vulnerable to say it hurt my feelings. So I asked him, because everything he was doing was saying one thing, that I love you and stuff, like the unprompted I love you. You're playing on my emotional. The whole calling me Cartamia, because he knows that I say I want to love like Gomez and Morticia. That man loved him and he allowed her to be herself and vice versa. It was such a passionate relationship. I don't care what y'all say. I like the Addams Family. It's usually really good. Like, really, ironically, they had a great moral code. The crazy thing about the Addams Family is that they had a higher moral code than everybody in the story, than the outsiders, the people who they were deemed weird to and everything. Essentially, the Addams, they had a good moral code. But so I asked him, he said, you're a good girlfriend. You are girlfriend material, probably not for me because of how we spiritual align. I think you will agree. And I said, actually, no, I don't. First of all, don't speak for me. You never asked me, because we've had these conversations. We've had these things. This is the second thing you've told me is a problem. First, I can't have kids. So what do you want with me? And that was probably my fault. I let this get farther than what it is. Take accountability. What's wrong with you? Leave me alone. You got out the first time. Leave me alone. But that's because you were about to use me. So I called him out on that. You were about to placehold me. I don't know why you would think that. If I'm not girlfriend material, I'm not wife material, you don't see me in your future because of these things that you feel like you can't overlook. I thought I could overlook these things. You're about to placehold me. Ladies, know when you're about to be placehold. Know when somebody's gonna, because if you say you want a girlfriend, you want a wife, you're gonna use me for your emotional companionship like I'm a damn dog. And you're gonna keep me there on the emotional string, which you're emotionally manipulating me with the I love yous and taking something that means so deeply to me. You're manipulating me. Point blank. You're about to placehold me. No. And stand on what you want. And I say this all the time. If you cross your boundary, you're the one who disrespected the boundary. Don't get mad at what them. If they come back over it, you crossed it first. My boundary is I'm a wife. I'm a girlfriend. I give that. What does sis say? I fried my chicken hard the first time. I ain't got to go back. I give all that. You know I am. You just admitted that I'm both material. I'm a great woman, but I'm not a good enough woman for you. So with that being said, get the fuck out my way. Because my husband, you're in his way. You in my husband's way. You in his way. And though I'm going to grieve the loss and what we had, it was great. We had good times. We enjoyed each other. You got to move the fuck out the way because, baby, I matter. I deserve. I'm not a damn bookmark, baby. I'm the book. Hell wrong with you? Baby, I'm the writer. Don't try to bookmark me. Ain't no fucking way. Don't let nobody bookmark you. So I left it at that, and I told him, I hope, because he tried to gaslight me the whole time. So my conclusion in that is that either you're lying about what you feel like I am, and you're trying to make up some random excuse, because this is definitely giving some random excuse, because this ain't been the first time we've talked about spirituality and religion, especially when you tell me that you're friends with a girl who claims to be a witch. You hold friends with her. This dude is crazy. Dude, wow. When I say this dude, wow. And I'm looking at myself like, what the hell do you see in this guy? Because he's wild. Like, the things that he says is wild and just make absolutely no sense to me. But I loved him enough to love him for who he was, because it didn't change what I know for facts. Like, I do this in my, like, I don't care what they do. I'm gonna do what I do. So it don't bother me. I love you enough for where you at. It don't change. It does nothing for me. It don't change who I am at the end of the day. So, but dude, wow. When I say he came with some stuff, he was saying some stuff. He said he want a dog one sentence. Next sentence, he talking about dogs and animals are vessels for demons. So I'm like, so what is your goal here? But anyway, enough about him. I'm trying not to slander this man. It ain't slander. This is literally stuff I can pull up and screenshot and prove that he said. However, don't let nobody placeholder you. And that's what he was essentially about to do. So you're either going to lie and say that I wasn't a placeholder and that you're making up excuses, you're running from me. Or you were definitely placeholding me and you're lying about the fact that you're placeholding me. So either you're running from me because you're afraid of what I am and who I am and how I am and how much you do want, and this is going to cause you, because people who know, I know I give, and I've been told that, like, by different men in my life. That's why I say I have a great relationship and great understanding of men, because I have great men. I know what great men look like. I have great men in my life. They're not perfect. They're great. Men are great. So I don't man bash a lot. I just call bullshit for what bullshit is. And I only have relationships with men romantically, so I can only speak on men. I'm sorry, y'all. Like, y'all got y'all podcasts. I guess I got mine. But they have told me, like, a man will run away from something that's going to change them. Men are very, very hesitant to change. They can change for the better and elevate. They're very hesitant because if you don't know, a man has bigger fear a lot of times when it comes to that. And a man knows when they meet a certain caliber of woman, they know they have to change for them. And sometimes they're afraid of letting go of the old life for what the new life will entail. That's essentially for all of us. Sometimes you know you want to go to a new life and it's going to change. It means you're going to have to change all those habits that you had. You're going to have to share yourself. You have to open up. You're going to have to do these things that a good relationship require. You're going to have to communicate. We've heard it all before, single or not, that a great, healthy marriage, a great relationship requires a level of communication. And some people are just not taught how to communicate or afraid to, or to be vulnerable. You have to learn to be vulnerable. It's hard. It's uncomfortable. And just some people just aren't ready for that. And that's fine, but you're not going to waste my husband's time. Because my husband is a communicator. My husband is able to have a conversation and walk away. If we disagree, we just disagree. It doesn't change that we love each other at the core. It doesn't change how we view each other. It's a disagreement. You're not going to agree on everything. I was telling somebody the other day, like, there's no way, as great as I am and how much I love myself, that I would want to be in a relationship with somebody just like me. It will get boring. Being too loud and too out there, we ain't gonna never go to bed. We gonna always be on crackhead. Somebody got to be like, we staying the fuck home tonight, sis. So you need that opposites, them opposites, so that it gives the spice of life. But that was my story time, y'all. I said what I said to him. I said, well, I hope you find a woman that's everything the opposite of me. Dude blocked me right directly after that. My mama told me that was harsh. If that was harsh, then I know I give, God. I give for sure. If that was harsh by saying, I hope you find a woman that's everything the opposite of me, who lacks self-awareness, who lacks ability to stand up, who lacks what I don't, what I have, what I do have, then I know I'm giving what needs to have been gave. You need a woman who, I've told a couple minutes, you need a woman who's you're smarter than. Some people just need that. They're just built into their egos a lot. And they just need somebody that they're better than, because they don't know how to be. It's ego trip. They've never been told that they're good. They don't have the ability to tell themselves that they're great, that they need somebody to be better than. It's always a competition. I ain't a therapist, like I said. Anyway, that's my story time. That's my episode. We're going to say this is like a filler episode. Like, take what you can from it. But ladies and gentlemen, don't be a placeholder. Ask some questions up front. And again, we sometimes don't ask those questions that we do know the answer to. If you're feeling it, it's there. If you got the gut feeling like this person don't like me in that way, it's probably the truth. But avoiding it doesn't change the outcome. It doesn't change it. You can't convince a person to love you. You can't convince a person to change how they feel about you. You just can't convince them. All you do is hurt yourself in that whole point. And if you decide to be that placeholder, be accountable for how it's going to make you feel in the long run. As much as I wanted to be with this person, as much as I really love this person and have feelings for this person, essentially at my core, I love this person because you got the love them to keep going back for the shit. I love myself more. And again, like I said, choose better. Choose you. So sometimes it means letting things go that don't serve you. No matter how much you loved it, how much you liked it. I like me better. And then I'm trying to get to a different life. Like I said, letting go of that old life to get to that new life. Old me probably would have placeholder because I definitely placeholder. I definitely was a placeholder in life. I actually sent a TikTok and the guy was like talking about if marriage never comes. Hold on. Marriage has come up in conversations in basically all my situations, but it never showed action. Then it's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. All the signs was there. I take accountability. I stayed. If you decide to stay, you gotta understand. Hey, you stayed. What happens, happens. Free yourself. If you don't want me, then don't talk to me. Go ahead and free yourself. Good sister Fantasia. Anyway, y'all have a beautiful day. That is it for today's episode. Choose better.